Cisco.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to the August 5th, 2019 Board of County Commissioners meeting. It's a special meeting, and it's also our final public hearing, or one of the final public hearings, on the 2020 recommended budget. This meeting is being recorded, and it will be posted online after the conclusion of the meeting. So, Chairman, I will hand it to you to get started.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate it. This time I'd like to call the meeting to order for August the 5th, 2019. I want to welcome everyone that's in the audience and those that will be joining us online. With that, Madam Clerk, next item.
Flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item.
Roll call. Commissioner O'Donnell.
Present.
Commissioner Cruz.
Present.
Commissioner Howell.
Present.
Commissioner Meitzner. Chairman Dennis.
Present. Next item, please.
New business. Item A, public hearing regarding the 2020 Sedgwick County budget.
Mr. Manager.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Tom Stolz with the County Manager's Office. This evening is the second public hearing of the 2020 budget. Sedgwick County's recommended operating budget totals $437,312,854. This budget will be supported with a property tax levy of $149,196,923, which is approximately equivalent to 29.359 mills based on the estimated assessed valuation and subject to technical adjustments. I recommend you open the public hearing, receive comments, and close the public hearing once it is over.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Any questions for the manager? Seeing none. At this time, I'd like to open public comments for the budget for 2020. And with that, I have 5 individuals signed up to speak on the public agenda, and I'll go on the order that they signed in. So, Mr. Jim Burgess, you are number 1. Please state your name for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Jim Burgess, Derby, Kansas. As a matter of disclosure, I'm on the advisory board for the Derby Senior Center and on the Advisory Council on Aging for Sedgwick County. Anything I say today is personal. I am not involved. They're not assigning me that at all. Today I would like to talk about the proposed commitment from the Department on Aging to conduct a comprehensive analysis of its functions. I have to tell you that I'm in complete agreement that a comprehensive analysis needs to be done. My concern is that the analysis needs to be performed by someone completely independent of the Department on Aging or Sedgwick County staff. In order to be a neutral and fair study, it must be done by someone outside of the purview of county jurisdiction. Perhaps it could be done by a university or some other source. Among other things, the study should look at the inherent unfairness of the budgeting process. And the main example that we have in that is what we've talked about the last 2 or 3 years, funding for senior centers. For example, the agreement for funding senior centers contains an opportunity for each center to receive additional funding if they meet or exceed certain standards. Over the past several years, 7 senior centers have qualified for additional funding but have never received it. In Commissioner Cruz's district, Park City Senior Center, Valley Center Senior Center have qualified, never received the additional funds. In Commissioner Meisner's district, the Bel Air Senior Center has never received additional funds that it qualified for and have since ceased trying to operate at that level and have gone back to the level that they were before. Commissioner O'Donnell's district, the Hayesville Senior Center and the Clearwater Senior Center were entitled to extra funding and never received it. It's my understanding that the Clearwater Senior Center has gone back to operating at their former level. In Commissioner Howell's district, Mulvane Senior Center and the Oaklawn Senior Center have qualified for additional funding. So far, the Mulvane Senior Center has been able to maintain its level. The Oaklawn Senior Center, who I think will talk yet today, will have to lower their level of operation as soon as the funding year is over if additional funds are not met. The 7 senior centers did meet standards, and they were expecting additional funding but never received it. Funding for the aging mill levy and for disabled people from the general fund has remained flat or declined over the past several years. There should be some recognition that costs go up on a regular basis and must be funded in some manner. And we also need to recognize that the aging and disabled population has continued to increase over the years. Please take the time to see that adequate funds are included in the budget to meet the increasing needs of seniors and the disabled. Folks, I truly appreciate what you do. I understand that there's financial pressures upon you, but this is an important subject, and I think that you need to address it straight up. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess. We appreciate you being here. Next speaker is Madison Shiner. If I said it right, I hope so. If not, please correct me.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. My name is Madison Schreiner. I'm with the Park City Senior Center, and I am here tonight to just say thank you for considering the increase in the 2020 budget for senior centers. This includes the Park City Senior Center, specifically to provide 3 new computers, a new printer, and ongoing computer classes in 2020. We are in great need of new computers and accompanying classes at the Senior Center. We have approximately 600 seniors that visit our center each year, and more of those seniors are at risk of becoming isolated every day. Providing updated technology and opportunities to learn how to use this technology at our Senior Center will discourage isolation and encourage productivity and engagement within our small community. Again, thank you very much for this consideration and for your continued support. Senior centers are a vital part of the community, and it is only through this support that we can grow and remain vital by helping a very vulnerable population. I look forward to next year and what this improvement can do for our seniors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. Next speaker is Aubrey Sosa?
Andre Cisco.
Cisco? I'm sorry. Aubrey Cisco. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Andre Cisco, and I am an active member in the Oaklawn community. I'm presently on the Oaklawn Community Board as well as the Advisory Board for the Senior Council. At this time, I'm here to let the Sedgwick County know that for the last number of years, Oaklawn has tried to improve and operate at a higher level, and we've not exceeded or received fundings for doing that. For the upcoming year in 2020, if we do not receive that money to move to the next level, we will go back to operating only a part-time senior center. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Heidi Parsons, maybe?
Linda Parsons, I waive my right to speak.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did mispronounce first name. And that leaves Janelle Oliver.
And I'll waive my right to speak also because I think it's been said. We just have an increasing senior population that needs to be addressed.
Okay. If you want to speak, you're going to have to go to the microphone. That's the only way we can hear it.
Okay. I'm Janelle Oliver, and I belong to one of the senior centers here in Wichita. And I can see the need just for increased senior services, if for no other reason, to reduce isolation, to reduce their vulnerability, and provide some services for them that will keep them active in our communities for as long as we possibly can. I come from Phoenix, Arizona, where I saw many seniors, and I just feel for the seniors here because I think things could be so much better for them than what they have been. And with an increasing population of seniors, myself included, I just think it's time for the county to recognize that and to provide for those people who've always been there to take care of you. So thank you. Thank you
very
for what
much.
you do.
Commissioner Howell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just curious if Janelle and Linda would be willing to talk about which senior centers do you use or
I go to Orchard primarily,
Okay.
but I also go over to Linwood, and I've been to Menneson, and I've been to Alfred. So, but Orchard is kind of my home senior center. Orchard is my home
Okay.
senior center. And I'm on the advisory council there, and so is Linwood.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, that is all of the folks that have signed up to speak this evening, but if someone didn't have an opportunity to sign up, I'm still going to give an opportunity for you to speak at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to close the public hearing and public comment portion for our budget this evening. Commissioners, do you have anything else to come before the board for the Board of County Commissioners?
I do have one.
Commissioner Howell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to, I see Andre Cisco's in the audience if she's willing to answer a question. I wanted to just confirm once again from you, I've heard it through others, but I want to make sure I hear it from you as well. The issue of the funding this year has been resolved regarding the statutes and the mill levy cap that the state had set and that type of thing. Did you find relief in the law or from new information that we didn't have before?
Basically, the new information we received was actually from a municipality that at the state level we went to the municipalities of the state of Kansas, and they came back that essentially that the information that Sedgwick County had sent us was not necessarily correct, and that it was an outdated statute, and that there were no statutes on limitations that we could put on our mills. The only thing we have to look at is the price index, how much it can be, and a percentage of that. Where the board stands as far as senior centers go is that we only have 1/3 of Oaklawn residents that attend our senior center. The other 2/3 come from other places in Sedgwick County. We do not feel as an improvement district board that our funds are being used properly if we're not getting the relief that we need from Sedgwick County. I don't mind paying 1/3 of the bill if I have 1/3 attending. I have a problem paying 2/3 of the bill and only having 1/3 attend.
I'm curious, can you remind us, how long has it been since you saw an increase in funding from the county?
4 years.
4 years? Because I've been here 5 years and it's been longer than that. So.
Well, I was estimating.
Okay.
I mean, I know that the Improvement District Board has had a commitment. I've had a commitment to the seniors as well as the youth in my community to make improvements, and we realized that it was coming. The funding formula that was put out by the Aging Council was a good idea when it was put out, and it was there, but it isn't any good if we don't get the support from Sedgwick County Commissioners to uphold what they stated that they would do a number of years ago. And I realize that none of you sitting on this board at this time were on that board at that time.
Do you know what the next stair step of funding was supposed to be? How many more dollars would be?
Would go from $35,000 to $57,000.
So that's a $22,000 increase.
Correct.
And you and I talked before, just for the audiences and for everyone's enjoyment. I believe that last time I calculated, I think one mill levy in the OID was worth about $7,000. Is that still about right?
That is correct. The only thing we've done as far as our budget goes, as state statutes go, is we will not have 3 budgets next year. We've always tried to think of outside of the box and different ways to go. I will not have a special fund next year. I'll only have a general fund, and we will have the sewer fund, and we are going to be at 19 mills to be able to support what is going on at present time in our community.
All right. Well, thank you very much for those answers. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak before I adjourn? Seeing no one, I'd like to adjourn the regular meeting of the Board of County Commissioners, and at this time call to order the Board of Fire District Number 1. Madam Clerk, next item.
Roll call. Commissioner O'Donnell.
Present.
Commissioner Cruz.
Present.
Commissioner Howell.
Present.
Commissioner Meitzner. Present. Chairman Dennis.
Present. Next item, please.
New business. Item A, public hearing regarding the 2020 Fire District Number 1 budget.
Mr. Manager.
Good evening again, Chairman and Commission. This evening is the second public hearing of the 2020 Fire District Number 1 budget. It totals $20,109,346. This budget will be supported with a property tax levy of $17,867,837, which will require a mill levy of approximately 18.131 mills based on the estimated assessed valuation and subject to technical adjustments. I recommend you open the public hearing, receive comments, and close the public hearing once that is over.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. At this time, I'd like to open the public hearing for Fire District Number 1 to be able to receive any comments. I don't have anyone signed up, but if anyone in the audience would like to speak on the budget for Fire District Number 1, now is an opportunity. Seeing no one, at this time I'd like the public comment portion for Fire District Number 1. Commissioners, does any commissioner have anything else to cover today? Commissioner Meitzner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to, it's been my, I've had experience with budgets at the city for 7 years, and this budget process, I just want to compliment the manager and the staff for a pretty disciplined and thorough environment and a process to get to the budget, to the recommended budget that we're considering. And I just want to extend my thanks to finance and all the 44 departments, 40 plus departments for all their input, and it just was a very comforting for me. I came in with open eyes and only have a little bit of or enough experience at the city of Wichita, and they have their own process, and I really I just want to compliment this process and thank you all for your efforts.
I second that sentiment.
Thank you. As we close, first I want to thank the public for taking time out to come this evening to speak and for coming when we had the last public comment portion of it. We appreciate that very much. Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock, we will have our regular meeting for the Board of County Commissioners and the Fire District Number 1. At that time, I do open it up for public comment if anyone wants to speak on something during that portion, why they're able to. But we appreciate your involvement in the process. I want to echo Commissioner Meitzner's comments also. Our staff does a fantastic job. This is the budget. So that took a lot of work to put something together that detailed, and we appreciate the time and effort that they provide to our citizens to make something like this happen. So I don't see any other comments this evening, and I appreciate, again, everyone being here. With that, we'll adjourn. Thank you all.